It all comes down to this. We all wanted it from the get-go, and OG's hustling up mid at Alige.
They're hustling all right. Look at this. NeoFrag runs him down. A lot of control for OG early, and they're not moving quietly. They're being fast and loud on this one. NeoFrag in with a second, and Nexa tries to hold for the rotate down in middle. Suddenly, Yakindar's flipped the script. Had a quiet start on this map the other day. Looking to make up for that now. Yakindar leads the charge on this retake. Nafly with more successes for Liquid to bank upon. Yakindar now gone as Dexter battles back, getting overwhelmed and overran. It's all down to Fiku. This guy's been great at clutches, but that's one step too far. The 2v1 goes the way of Team Liquid. They do so well to get back into that, considering it's a 3v5 as they're moving in for that retake.
Yeah, and that's where you have to be excited about Yakinder really coming alive after map number 1. Had to have been pissed off about that performance, but something between the maps. And he's back to his old self. Good shot from... We haven't seen this out of OG. Every time they've lost their T-pistol and in both... I mean, they've dropped down and they've just gone unarmored Glocks. This is the first second round buy we've seen out of them, and look at the nades that they have to work with. They got not a whole lot of anything. Yeah, they got a decoy. And, you know, in what, 10 years of CSGO, nobody's figured out how to use decoys.
No, yeah, that's true. I mean, a chance at a really sick fake flash maybe, but there we are. That's all Flames has got up his sleeve.
If you get fake flashed by a decoy, you are going to live in shame for the rest of your life. Crunching towards the B bomb site. OC in dark, Yakinder by the pillar, and Naf deep in the bomb site itself.
Yakinder can't really afford to die, because if he does, it's going to pull OC's attention away. And he's now getting aggressive. That little jiggle's lovely. Gets the info that they are outside of this B site, and now he feels no pressure to return to fighting that. Contact getting made. Damage getting dealt. A lot weighted on this fight for the Dark Control. The Flames wins out, and look at how awkward a position this is for Yakinder. He makes it work somehow. Drops that second man in. Having to play the full 360 degrees almost on this.
Yeah, but the smoke that OC puts down in dark actually buys so much time, brings Alige over, and OG had to respect it. Now they're flanked out with 10 seconds left. Oh, Nitro, you can actually get these kills. Does he want to challenge, try and take one of these AK-47s away? Waiting for the time to close. He's going to be the only one. Free kill, freebie. I think Dexter went down before time, and Fiku gets the kill. 2-0 for Liquid.
That's such a shame. If that peak is half a second later, that is money ruined for OG. I'm very thankful that it comes in when it's...
Soul rifle that OG comes into the round with is out of the action early. All right, Yakinder's flexing.
No.
Not much.
Yeah, not much of a flex on this. NeoFrag holds for it with the deagle. Uh-oh. Nafly's having a wrestle with this, but with support from Alige, you're not that worried. There we are. It does come back in with the trade. And even drops on down. Now, that has left a bit of a gap over here in middle. Alige can still watch for the cross at window, though. Oh, my goodness. Next, starting to recognize he's found a bit of room here. There's a dig shot. He just got the info onto Alige. And my word, Nexa, some clean dig shots, leaves this in the 1v1. OC in through middle. His teammates have tried and failed to contain this deagle, but OC hears the footsteps. Nexa not ready for it, and there's OC locking him out of that clutch attempt. A damn good try in the 1v3.
That's so sick, though, that he had the info on Alige. He knew exactly where that follow-up peek was going to come from. I think Alige is going to probably be so surprised he actually hit that shot, and when he sees the replay, he'll see why. Beautiful deagle from Nexa. At least make it expensive, right? I mean, that's all you can really ask for in a round like this.
I mean, they forced the second, right? Literally, in this round, it was a collection of like P250s and that deagle. So you did well to leave Liquid strapped for cash, and now's your chance to capitalize on all that damage.
Is it just me? We've seen a lot more A1s here on ANUBIS. Liquid going for some changes from the previous maps.
I think it makes some sense. You know, there's a lot of smoke spamming that takes place here, right? It's a very kind of spammy map at times, especially over towards mid. But even then, like if you're trying to use some of this util over at B, Dark gets smoked a lot of the starter rounds. Main is one that maybe you smoke when you're feeling that push looking to come through over at this B side of the map. And A is basically smoked from the get-go at times. So yeah, I like the change, and it's going to leave them with that much more utility as well. It complements each other quite nicely.
Perhaps as well a little bit of unfamiliarity and angles at the moment, and various setups that CT sides bring out. Might be hard to figure out exactly where the fights are going to be taking place. For the moment, there's two defenders at the B bomb site. That's Ykinder and NAF. Ykinder playing by Pillar and Dark. Dropping a counter Molotov to slow things down, but it's B main where the main action is going to take place. Smoke is dropped. This is going to be quiet. No utility being spent. Ykinder's back is turned. NAF gets the information, which allows him to spin, and he runs out of ammunition. But he's done damage to Dexter, and Elige is not going to miss that opportunity. The hit is shut down and slowed. It's only Neofrag, and Nitro ain't ever going to let this bomb be planted.
Already applying the pressure. Really uncomfortable for Neofrag. Forced into fights that he didn't want to take. Forced to expose himself to all those angles. Denies the plant. Finds that fourth round. And that was the bonus round from Team Liquid. They are very happy with how that pans out. Ykinder on this tear. You know, you were dead on. It was like a contact play in. These are the spam fights we talk about, right? Over in middle.
And I think Elige probably a little bit scared of those deagles after what Nexa did to him a couple rounds ago. OG going to readdress and move around the map. Only one HE grenade, no smokes or flashes for OG to use on the attack. Very quiet, very calm from OG, a slow progression across the map. Haven't made any decisions quite yet. Although they are all aligning at bridge in middle to try and cross over and move towards double doors. It's OC who would be the first challenge.
Good spot for the Eagle to try to get away with something cheeky through those doors, but OC wins the initial fight. A lot more where that came from, and with a bit of help from his friends, Elige getting involved from the A connector. Temple rotate on the cards, and that's the bomb getting away from OG. Nafly mops them up. Very, very good start from this kind of firepower trio on Team Liquid, right? So often Naf just kind of quietly get...
B bomb site again.
They're interested in what B has to offer. They have this lower dark smoke in. That's going to give a bit of presence to them there. And this time they get the opener. Ykinder going to burn out one and do a lot of damage with his util. Actually, it's the double. Leaving this in a 3-on-3. Neofrag even tagged down low in the meantime. A lot of damage done, spread all across OG. Util to try and slow down this retake. That's really all OG have to buy time. It's getting lobbed out now. Critical few seconds. Biku nails that opening shot. More where that came from though. OC and Nitro still keen to attempt this. That molly whittling down. Biku leaves him out on an island. Nexa tries to swing. The only man with HP now gone. And Neofrag from down in lower can't get a beat on this bomb with the transfer. It's gone. OC swings out to find him, and Liquid keep it flawless 6-0.
A 2v3 retake, nothing going wrong for Liquid at the moment. I'll tell you what though, stylistically, those kinds of fast hits were really dangerous on Inferno for Team Liquid's defense. Here again, just turning the corner quickly, and NAF gets just brained before he can really respond. But what a brilliant job by OC. Even this final kill. He just seems to be a third map player.
Yeah, it's starting to look that way, isn't it? He banks it all up. Saves himself for map number 3.
G fans in shambles.
I mean, this is where, you know, we talked about experience coming into this series and how it heavily favors Liquid. This is where you would expect them to come alive, right? This is where for OG, the various pressures that have been put on them even before the tournament, the fact that this was a run that a lot of people weren't even expecting, all these things start to tick over in your mind. And on ANUBIS, you know, often you'd question, do they have the depth? Do they have the resilience? Well, there isn't a lot of depth here yet. People are still trying to figure out how this map plays. So you don't have the strats to fall back on.
Well, OC's gonna get a chance to deliver. His first shot at it, first kill. Neofrag down. Molotov to delay and keep The defense comfortable.
Look at this, man. NaVi's got so much info from this push. Now, OG are starting to veer back. This is the one vulnerability, right? Pushing B long is nice to confirm that there's no one in middle, and it does make it feel like it's not going to be a B play, but with canals open all round, OG do have that point of rotation. This is going to be a kill for NaV. The freest kill he's ever had. Fiku stood still in mid, gives one over for free, but OG have moved into the B site. It's so quiet, they almost don't believe it. Now that they've seen a Temple player, they realize at worst this was a retake setup. They learned about that push from NaV, so I think they pieced together what's happened here.
Look at all the utility Liquid has for this retake, though. Good shot from Dexter, adjusts onto NaV. He knew one had infested middle. Deep flashbang, now in an even man situation.
Yeah, these are the moments that Dexter was made to perform in, right? He has to step up, he has to deliver on this AWP, a post plant with it. It's a dream scenario for him. Posted on the angle. They try to bait him with the jiggle, but Dexter doesn't budge. Nexa won't give anything away. And so finally, Liquid's good times looking to come to a close.
Nexa's gonna push through Temple. He's gonna try and take this AWP away. He wants to be ruthless. He probably senses the money's in a precarious position for Liquid. And he might just get it. Bomb's about to blow up. I don't know if OC's gonna be prepared for this. But Nexa's not that committed, not that aggressive with the hunt. And everything stalls out. 6-1, OG's on the board.
Takes a fair bit for them to find this, right? But considering the kind of real estate that Liquid possessed, it's a good sign that OG break away back into that round. And it's a nice debut from this AWP and a post plant as well, right? The fact on the defense. Now lower smoke. Dexter invites them to peek this.
This is quick towards dark. Yukinder gonna be challenged. Decides against the defensive smoke. 3 through dark, 2 through B main. When is the trigger pulled? They're gonna try and double peek this. Yukinder's in some trouble. There's the smoke. Is it gonna plume in time? There's a gap. They're gonna feel like they can go through this, and here comes OG.
Yukinder playing over at the back of Glizzy, over at Glyph, just trying to hold on. As they move through, he's got his Molotov in the way right now, but it's obfuscating the vision. It's lined them up for Yukinder. Still only a chunk of damage done. OC moving in with his AWP. Might have been smoked off, but he's done what he had to do. Liquid are teed up nicely. The Flames and Dexter. This bomb down is scary. Flames is taking real estate, but ends up getting punished. Liquid hold, they win these fights. Just Dexter left to get past, but he's an iron wall at the back of the site. Moving around, kill number 3. Oh! Dexter! Make some noise for him, that is incredible!
Look how hyped up he is. I don't even think he believes it. Look at the way he isolates these fights. Oh, Liquid, that one hurts, and that's all your money as well. Unreal. Dexter just lets loose.
Oh, you could see, OG would believe it. They know the kind of rounds this guy's capable of. You could
He's not ready. NaV as well out in the open. And yeah, that's gotta be so confusing how that went wrong so quickly.
It's insane because like those fights are separated so beautifully. You'd be led to believe he's played this map 1,000 times before, right? It's just wild how that all comes together. You could see it getting out of hand as each second ticked on by. But Liquid, that is a harsh way to have your money broken, right? It was going to be sad enough if they got put to eco here. But the circumstances in which that goes down, a 4v1 that goes against you and now you have no money, that's a tilter.
Yeah, that's the strength of having a player like Dexter. Rounds like that puts you right back in contention. Nitro going for a pop flash through the window. Nobody home to eat it though. Nobody from OG is going to be in danger of this at all. Liquid's going to start pushing ruins. Fiku comes back to check. He gets a nasty little surprise, backing away. They're going to press the issue. Goes 1 for 1. Uh-oh, the bomb is down.
The bomb.
The bomb is down.
Oh God, Dexter's been called upon again. He needs to try and regain some control here. This is a little awkward now. Liquid know they have this bomb under control. With Liege further off that angle, he had a chance to get involved, but with him gone, with the weapon removed, OG might have dealt with this threat. Oh, timing there, little awkward, but Yakindar's having a dance around with the P2 and there's no love for him. OG stumble back to their feet.
All right, would have had to been something equally. OG now flush with confidence. Pressing forward, and Elige can't get it done. Great damage onto 2 players.
This full shuffle from Liquid. Moving everyone around, taking no chances. This is feeling like the A side lead, and so they positioned everyone accordingly, but in the blink of an eye, the kills come through, and oh, it's back and forth. Dexter gone. A whirlwind of trades over in middle, and we're left in a 1v1. NaVi versus Flames. They are worlds apart right now. Both players trying to get tricky with the positions they move to. But I can assure you, NaVi is the least expected.
Well, with 4 players coming in middle like that, I guarantee you NaVi is just saying, all right, the last one is going to be having going out A main towards Fountain, reposition entirely. And would you ever expect this if you're Flames? You're looking for the rotation from the B bomb site. You're looking for him to be close and protecting the bomb when you pick it up. Is eating so much time off the clock and giving time for NaVi to make this kind of a play.
Oh, NaVi reads him like a book. Beautifully played clutch. Didn't care about the journey. He waited by the finish line.
It's a nice crunch from Team Liquid. Yakindar's trying to come through the smoke as OC is challenging. What OG never expected was Nitro and NaVi to evacuate the bomb site entirely to come join up with that.
An early fight. Elige responds with one of his own, just trading that util, while the rest of OG going back to one of these B splits that they know and love, this time telegraphing it with utility as this push comes in. Yakindar fed to the walls, left all alone at the back of the site on plat. And really, yeah, Liquid, if they don't get something soon, this will just be the safe call, and it's already come down the pipeline. That one fight decides it all.
That little piece of utility being thrown towards middle pulled Nitro, who was a 3rd defender starting at the B bomb site, pulled him away. Had to respect it and really weakened up the defense. And much like we saw in Inferno, OG on their offensive side, taking advantage of some weakened weaponry with the SMGs on board, because Liquid have not been able to settle down this economy, get anything building in their favor. 4th round for OG. And you're right, we have gotten some pacey rounds out of them on this offensive side. That's a couple of times they've been able to get into the B bomb site with very, very light on nades, maybe 1 or 2 pop flashes, maybe a smoke play somewhere, but they're willing to hit it at a very early timing.
Yeah, something I've liked is that early on, they really conditioned Liquid that when this B split was coming through, it was going to be with that smoke falling in dark to let, usually someone like NeoFrag creep up through canals, right? And close the distance at a very low risk. And never really had to get involved, but it was just another component to deal with. It's something that Liquid might have to try and gain a bit of respect back on.
4 out of the last 5 rounds in the favor of OG. They've really found a way to get control of this first half. It was looking so dire early on, and this time Team Liquid have parked 3 players here. OC, who we've seen hold down in middle, is now way far in jail, committed. And it's softened up the defense at A, where Nitro is the only anchor, the only player with an SMG, and they're gonna come right at him.
Does have support from Elige. Nitro tries to take him close, fights for main. Feels like his MP9 is always good, but way more than it should be, and this round's no exception. 2 kills from it. Even dancing around for a little bit more, but finally laid to rest by Dexter. Don't count him out of it just yet. 1v2, and we've seen what this guy can do. He's gonna get tricky with it. Dexter goes completely silent and now looks to fade away. Waits to see what the reaction is from Team Liquid, but while he's changed his pathing somewhat, as have they. Double grouped up in heaven. They're not feeling the pressure to swing. They're gonna wait for a tap here. They're gonna wait for a move to be made by Dexter. We've seen what happens. If you don't face them together, if you give them these 1v1s, how quickly it can fall apart. And so that one from Liquid, it's very together. And they play it super safe to secure an 8th.
Really well done. Again, Nitro being called upon as an anchor. Dropping the Molotov, dropping the smoke, giving himself a good fight against Flames. Even finding a second. Just barely holding on.
Gamble, a bit of a risk early, but he isn't punished for that wide swing.
And Liquid's just not in the mood to deal with that kind of B timing pop. They want nothing to do with it. 3 players there for the first 20, 30 seconds. We'll see when they decide to start shifting. Nexa testing A main. Neofrag watching canals. Dexter's gonna be positioned very far back, but those 2 rifles are everything. Nexa and Fiku.
Can't get a leash. Out of the middle! A clean tap! And Elige cuts out the middleman and brings the fight right to him. Nafly's doing the same all the way through B. A shutdown. OG barely even get out a spawn as Team Liquid look to claim, I was gonna say a flawless 10th. 1 kill for Dexter, but he's getting wrapped. That's been all over the map, all over it. You just saw him pushing B, and now he's behind you. There he is to safeguard that round and lock in double digits for Team Liquid. As we
on point. Oh, Flame steps right into it. Absolutely wild. All right, final round with the triple B opening. Elige is pulled over as well.
They're trying to batten down the hatches on these B plays, right? And it feels like once you remove that from their arsenal, OG don't have a lot of legs left to stand on.
You have the op on Osa here now as well. It's positioned towards Temple. Yikinder and Naf both playing around Pillar. If there's any flank in Dark, it's going to be coming very, very late.
He's pretty wide on this angle. He takes his first shot. Gonna have a couple of meters to run to get back to safety, but he manages it. And Yikinder and Nafly playing this crossfire, just churn through the attempted B play. It's a lights out first half. 5 rounds away from doing exactly that. It's gonna take a lot for OG to bounce back here.
Oh, aggression, aggression. Naf in the corner, that's the bomb as well.
Oh,
quickly
dear.
dropped, OC's gotta be careful. He falls also. And what do you do? What do you do when 1/2 of your attack is already deleted? Into the B-bomb site, Yikinder with 1. But they've got so many angles to manage. And now they're trapped, and they're trapped away from the bomb.
Nitro trying to make a play for it, but with 2 players here, they can hope to trade him. There are some 1v1s available to Liquid if they go looking. Neofrag is tantalizing down here in canals. Ooh, Nitro will just about get it. Neofrag can't leave in time. I don't know about Dexter.
It's got to be Nitro doing this all, and oh, he's gone. Yikinder can only really hold an angle and hope somebody moves into it. Dexter almost did earlier, but 4 HP in a 1 versus 3. So it looks like OG is going to have their 2nd pistol of the series, and boy, did they need it.
Something that's a little scary about the stall is that, oh, no. Fiku goes back and checks it. I was going to say, all that silence, they get worried he's wrapping mid, he's doing something crazy.
Yeah, some eyes get taken away here and there.
Yeah, Fiku, aware of that possibility, goes back in.
Too far gone for them to really fight back. This is a team still trying it for OG.
Almost full eco rounds out of Liquid. Gonna try and bring out the guns next. Little run boost over here in middle. Sends Elige deep in. 2 players down in the canals. The pistols try to group and deal with it. Try to clean up these rifles. And Fiku does run out of ammo. That's some weapons to be upgraded. Dexter out through middle. 8 bullets in this Famous, but it will find the kill. Nafly, last bullet connects. And a 2v2 in a Glock round. Now they're armed. Now they're dangerous. They're lacking the armor, sure. The fact that they've even got here is madness enough.
Well, and there's a minute. There's over 53 seconds now. There's so much time for them to sit and wait, and so much time for OG to have to worry and consider about all the different avenues of attack Liquid have available to them. With the middle of the map compromised, big kill. Huge kill for Neofrag. And Naf's trying to find the other player shifting positions and rotating across the map before he commits himself to going to get the bomb. But now time starts working against him. 25 seconds.
This is where these kind of layers of verticality make this one very awkward for OG. Still, there's not going to be time for NaV to win this round.
Is there time for him to die?
Yeah, he kind of wanted to die, like at bare minimum. He was hoping he would run into Nexa on this tall ANUBIS, and well, he's forced onto the save, taking a FAMAS out of this round. Doing a lot of damage to OG short. This isn't ideal, but Liquid can brush it off.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. NaV would probably love to have an AK-47 in this next round, but we'll see if that actually has an impact on the way this plays out. 11-6, Liquid's gonna be buying up. A costly round, a costly victory for OG. And as you mentioned, just a Glock round. You don't normally see this level of production.
Something we're gonna see them run in that exact fashion again. Liquid grouping outside of this A-bomb site. Util getting lobbed over by NaV in mid. Just trying to apply this pressure to Neo Frag. Very, very passive A-hold. In fact, barely an A-hold in sight, right? You have this swing from connector. You've got this one engagement, so you better win it. And oh, they will! OC with the reply, with the response. Gonna have a chance to get this bomb planted. Right now, this has been teed up for NaFly to try and win it. So maybe that FAMAS save does end up playing into this. Let's find out. Hopping on down. All their hopes rest on NaFly. OC, a one and done, might be enough. Footsteps getting heard. NaV at the pillar, trying to watch this walk up. OC clean with the rifle, but traded after one. NaV, there's that FAMAS coming alive, and just Flames left to beat. He whittles him down, can't finish the job. And so OG, they launched that retake successfully for a 7th.
And Flames was the only one with the kit in that whole fight. If he'd been one of the other players going down, that would have been round over. Huge victory for Flames. We saw Nitro win a tough clutch earlier in the tournament with a Tech 9 behind that very pillar. You can play with a lot of mobility. Good job for OC on the trades, and as you mentioned, 1-for-1 here is really tough with that HP. Liquid not able to pull it out at the end of the day, so OG continue to fight. 11-6.
The ult for Dexter, that's a pretty significant talking point, right? Considering you were kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel to bring out guns here, you have prioritized it in the right place. Or so you'd like to think. Much slower from Team Liquid. Remember, they've invested here. No, this could be the straw that breaks the camel's back in this one. OG, they come up short. That's Liquid picking up a round for free, essentially, on the back of an eco in the next.
Yeah, that would help them close the gap significantly, or I mean, extend the lead significantly, I should say. NeoFrag's gonna be playing further back towards A connector. Elige gonna challenge through double doors at the moment, attacking the position he defended in the first half. Fiku shifts over as well, feeling the pressure in mid. As NeoFrag lacks information, they shore up the defense, and Nexa is here for support as well.
Yeah, this is a very complimentary mid-hold, as long as, oh my goodness, they're getting aggressive. The timing's not ideal here. The spam through the door for NaFly. Fiku just trying to maintain some semblance of mid-control, but while all this madness has happened, you've lost the A side of the map. Yakinda so deep, and Dexter's not ready for it. That AWP that they prioritize bringing out is gone and gets nothing done. Caught in rotation for Fiku and Flames. You might have to make that awkward call to just bow out of the round with so much control lost at CT. You don't really have a way back in.
And, I mean, that's great. That's great reading of the situation for Yakinder. 3 players attacking in the middle. His teammates, oh, he's gonna protect the AWP. He's gonna do his best to keep Fiku and Flames away from it. He's the only one who has the chance. There's the drop, he hears it. Another headshot. Further back, oh, he's got that as well. Yakinder delivering the first dagger to OG. That's the economy gone. That's the AWP gone. Oh, okay. NaV just cleans up the damage that Elige was dealing through the double doors. But Yakinder takes all the space. What his teammates call that 3 players are defending. This is gonna be a long time Dexter goes without that weapon. He might not have it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, this investment could really hamstring OG there. They're just hoping it gives results. Next, Convincing on the opener, but immediate trades found. Elige taking heads off on his entries into the A site with Yekindar backing him up. It's like they're tethered together, right? Playing this buddy system. They've overran A already. Elige might have had the bomb, but it didn't stop him from swinging into those gunfights. And so this is just the save, right? You put this money on the board if you're OG, trying to pull off a bit of an upset. It falls on deaf ears. And so this is all you bring with you to fight back against a 14-7 scoreline for Liquid. And you're dead on about that AWP, right?
Ooh, nice on Naps. He's the second one as well. And he's just going to bail out. He doesn't want to lose the AK-47. Don't give them any resources. He calls in reinforcements. And what reinforcements it is, although Elige goes down, the ult misses. Somehow the MP9 controlling these fights. And that should be about it. 13-7. Liquid is 3 rounds away from the grand finals.
And they've kept it really clean, right? From capitalizing on the money in the round prior to last, now using that as kind of staging platform to build this T side up. And all series long, I feel like we've been crediting Nexa and OG for always having access to money, right?
Yeah. Liquid have set this up so nicely because they've been able to abuse mid, they've been able to abuse the B-bomb site, and now they can shift their gaze to the other side of the map.
Whoa, Neofrag, that was so close. He's desperate to hunt this. He knows where these lower players are, but he never saw OC. Good trade. Good way to quell that aggro coming through mid.
Yeah, but what was the plan after that, right? Good on you to get Elige, but you're going nowhere afterwards. I think OC might have spotted an elbow. He's looking for a little bit more.
If we can afford to take their time. And a 4-on-4 like this, on a map that can feel so big at times, the pressure is on OG. It's so tempting to take an close swing, and that could have been the decision that uproots this round. Yekindar now knows that they're in dark, but it's, oh no, the double! What a flick from Yekindar! B is cracked wide open, and for OG, this is starting to feel like it's all coming undone. They shot for the stars and they've ended up in the drink. It's Liquid moving on to 15, map and series point, 1 round away from a grand final appearance to close out the year.
I don't know how the hell you're ever supposed to handle Yekindar at this level with these kinds of sequences that he's busting out. He looks sharp, Elige has looked sharp at various points, and Naf is quietly leading the way. 23 kills. It was his clutches that were having impact, but he's got numbers in this game as well. And Yekindar just making it look so smooth. And you're about to remove the AWP once again. Dexter will never have a chance at impact, and Yekindar's got that too. And that's the final dagger.
So much credit has to go the way of Liquid. You said it a couple of rounds ago, the way that they've teamed themselves up to take this victory, it's like they're just controlling the fates of OG.
How do you get this? Oh my lord. Yeah. All right, OC. Surprised by the aggression, missed the shot, but he's got more opportunities. There's one more. And Fiku, there's no way you want that fight. Get away from that fight. At least Yekindar's dead, if you're OG.
Still, though, as you say, it's been like NaVi just quietly working away, never requiring many resources, never taking too much up. He sits top of the board and gets out with one. Dexter walks into the stream of bullets. And Fiku, the original target, sure he lives on, but at what cost? It's all come undone, and now all they've got to finish is the job that NaV started. From a disappointing run at the major, from a 3rd to 4th at IF Blast Premier Bowl Finals, this one is Liquid going to the grand final and giving North America something to be happy about.
Yeah, looking to end the year on a high note, on a positive.